Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, Romero robs Ishmael Barroso to win the WBA, the vacant WBA super lightweight title. Once again, nothing to see here. It's just incompetence, but for some reason, this quote-unquote incompetence always seems to favour the A-side fighter. If all of these bullshit decisions in boxing, whether it be referee decisions or judging verdicts, if all of these bullshit decisions were truly incompetence, then we would see basically an even split in regards to the A side getting some bad results and the B side getting some bad results. But 9 times out of 10, it seems that the A side always gets the beneficiary of bad decisions and bad calls. But we're told it's just incompetence. And there are some whiz kids on this website who are great editors, better editors than I could ever be, sorry. They'll produce half an hour plus breakdown videos of certain fights, making really good content in that sense. But their pattern recognition seems to vanish when we see fights like this. Purely and simply corruption. Once again, Tony Weeks making a terrible call in which favours the A-side fighter, that being Romero, just like he's done in numerous fights in his career. First fight that really comes to mind is Sergey Kovalev in that second fight with Andre Ward. One of the worst stoppages you'll ever see. That fight culminated and finished with nut shots, but, these fake-ass boxing fans made excuses for the corruption. Well, Andre Ward caught him with a headshot first, before he punched him in the balls. Whatever, man. Whatever. This is why, seriously, I don't really care for what many people say on this platform. Because for most people, and even a lot of viewers, all it's about is point scoring. They'll sing your praises when you criticise a certain fighter, certain promoter, etc. But when you criticise somebody they like, they'll slate you, even if the criticism is just and valid. I saw that in my video in regards to Ben Shalom pulling Fraser Clark out of the Fabio Wardley fight. There were spastics in the comments defending Ben Shalom and deflecting onto other individuals in boxing. That's the level of boxing fan that we're dealing with on social media. Boxing fans are so fucking clapped. Raise the standards. Let's hold all of these guys accountable in boxing, from promoters to networks to fighters to judges to referees, etc. Let's not just criticise guys when it suits or when it's a guy we don't like and then turn a blind eye for fighters we like, etc. But that's really all of the YTBC is now. It's full of tribalistic, knuckle-dragging buffoons who either shill for fighters because they look like them, they'll shill for a certain promoter. That's the level in which we're dealing with on this website. Full of absolute arse clowns. Absolute arse clowns. This fight was a fucking joke. Ishmael Barroso, 40 years old, looks fucking ancient. This guy looks like he's had a hard fucking life. And Barroso's been around a long time. I remember Barosso when he was fighting the likes of Kevin Mitchell, who he destroyed. And at that point in time, Barosso actually had quite a bit of hype in the lightweight division. He then fought Anthony Crolla and lost that fight by knockout, got stopped to the body in a bit of an upset at the time. Barosso was a favourite that night. And since then, he's been up and down. He's lost a couple, won a couple. And he's worked himself back into the rankings within the WBA. 40 years old, probably never really earned any amazing money in his career. Winning this world title would have been massive for Ishmael Barroso. You know, maybe winning this title would have secured his family's financial future. But totally robbed from him. He was winning this fight against Rolly Romero. He was landing the harder shots from what I could see. The technically better shots, the harder shots, better jab, etc. He was winning the rounds in this fight. Rolly was awkward. He remained tough, I guess I'd say. You know, he's a strong kid. He'll keep on trying. But Rolly Romero is no great shakes, and, you know, Barosso was just outlanding him, better shots, etc. He also dropped Rolly Romero in the third round. He caught Rolly Romero backpedaling. He landed like an overhand, a looping overhand left. Caught Rolly Romero on the chin. Good shot. Rolly Romero goes down. Not seriously hurt, but he got dropped. It was counted as a knockdown. And as the fight played out, it just added to the lead that Barosso had, in my opinion. And I'm not going to talk about this fight like super in detail, but Rolly Romero then wins this fight. And again, I use the term win loosely. He wins the fight in round 9. Essentially, both guys get into an exchange in the corner. Rolly Romero gets the better of it. He does land a good left hand on Barosso. Hard shot. Barosso definitely felt it, but not seriously hurt. Romero then follows through with a right hook, which didn't even land on the scoring part of the glove. It basically it kind of landed on Romero's wrist, and it wasn't even a proper punch. He landed it on the wrist, and then he pushed Barosso over, clear as day. It wasn't like it happened super quick. It was obvious to see, even without the replay. It was obvious to see. Barosso goes down because of a push, and it was ruled a knockdown. Bogus knockdown. Any referee who is worth their salt would have spotted it. Ishmael Barroso then naturally beats the count because he wasn't caught with a shot when he went down. He wasn't hurt. He beats the count, and Rolly Romero tries to exchange with him again. Both guys throw shots. Both guys land punches. Barroso landed a good overhand right. I think Romero landed a good left hook. Romero then follows through with basically a push with his right hand. That kind of moves Barosso back into the corner. Romero then tries to throw a few more shots. He slightly grazes Barosso. Barosso tries to duck. Romero then puts his forearm on the back of Barrosso's head, which forces Barosso to kind of bend over. And then the referee stops it. Inexplicable stoppage. That may be the worst stoppage I've seen ever. Maybe ever. I mean, I can't think of many worse stoppages. I really can't. Absolutely embarrassing by Tony Weeks, a guy who is an absolute disgrace to boxing. An absolute disgrace. He is a protection agent. He'll protect the A-side fighter no matter what. And that's what he did with Rolly Romero. Barosso was winning on all 3 cards, and rightly so. But, surprise, surprise, Kenny Bayless, according to the normies, suffered a moment of incompetence. And he just stops Ishmael Barroso for no reason. Honestly, this may be the worst stoppage I've ever seen. Maybe the worst stoppage I've ever seen. But I'm sure we know the deal. I wouldn't be shocked if PBC are trying to make a Tank Davis Rolly Romero rematch. I wouldn't be shocked at that whatsoever. Maybe that's why they saved his ass when he was clearly getting beaten by Barosso, a 40-year-old guy who got starched by Anthony Crolla, knocked out by a body shot. That's the level we're dealing with here in Rolly Romero. Going life and death, getting beat, clearly beat by a washed-up Ishmael Barroso, who wasn't exactly any great shakes in his prime, right? Maybe a fringe level lightweight back in the day, maybe like a lower level top 10 lightweight back in the day. Here we are, 40 years old at super lightweight, and he's beating Rolly Romero before getting robbed. That's the levels we're dealing with here. Embarrassing. Rolly Romero might be the worst world champion of all time in the 4-belt era. I'm struggling to think of many worse. He's worse than Charles Martin, no doubt. He's worse than Charles Martin. Did Nicky Cook win a world title or get awarded a world title? Nicky Cook is up there, he was bad. But Rolly Romero is in the conversation as the worst world champion in the 4-belt era. And this is how bad he is. He only won it due to corruption. This fight was set up for him, and he couldn't even win it in a legitimate manner. That's how bad Rolly Romero is. Complete and utter scrub. Complete and utter scrub. Anybody who's anybody at 140 should be looking at Rolly Romero and be licking their lips, because there are numerous guys who can beat Rolly Romero at 140, you know. Numerous guys. Even the kid who fought on the undercard, Kenneth Sims Jr., who in my opinion is not a top 10 140 pounder, he would beat Rolly Romero comfortably. I honestly think there's a whole bunch of names who would beat Rolly Romero. I'm talking about outside the top 10. A guy like O'Hara Davis, who I think is mandatory. I think O'Hara Davis beats Rolly Romero, by the way. I really do. He sucks. He's absolutely dreadful. This fight was a fucking sham. Tony Weeks should be banished from boxing, have his license revoked. He's a terrible referee. Always has been, always will be. Again, all he does is protect the house fighter. That's all he does. That's all he's ever done. An absolute fucking con man. An absolute con man. Disgrace to boxing. An absolute disgrace. A leech. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Share your thoughts below. What did you make of this whole circus? Share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Delboy. Peace.